Remember that Alamo City has covered some of the most historic and iconic places in San Antonio. But local history doesn't just lie close to the Alamo. Less than 40 miles away from the famous Mission is a place where some of your favorite country music artists have performed and rocked.
If you can't sell out Gruene Hall, then you need to rethink what you're doing.
This small dance hall helped launch legends
Most of my best memories have been at Gruene Hall.
and preserved a piece of Texas the way it used to be. New Braunfels is home to a German Texas town called Green, and let's just say there's plenty to be green with envy about. Founded by German immigrant Ernst Green and his family, this town has kept its historic look and charm for more than 150 years. So much so that it was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1975. In the middle of this quaint small town, and the most historic part of all, is Gruene Hall, the oldest operating dance hall in Texas.
Gruene Hall is essentially a music venue, but it's a lot more too.
It's central to Texas. It is renowned all over the world.
In 3 years, it'll be a 150-year-old building. For the past 50 years since my dad purchased it in 1975, it's kind of grown into a Texas country music icon of sorts. You know, he did a great job 50 years ago really building this place into a legendary venue for both artists and concert goers.
But it wasn't always a place where some of the best country music in the state was blasting through the windows. Built in 1878, the 6,000 square foot hall was primarily the center of the community's social life. But in 1975, it became something more, when a man named Pat Molak walked in, with a musical vision.
We went to UC for a few years, and he kind of saw the Austin music scene was really booming. And he tried to become a stockbroker, and it wasn't for him. So he kind of set out to do something a little more fun. And he was looking around for a dance hall, and he came here, and it was really only the front bar that was open. So we walked in, and we actually had to use the restroom, and he walked back the stairs, and really just saw the potential.
He just saw it as it could be. This was closed, and back behind me was all storage. He said this was just a little gathering place right here. And he went to the bathroom back there, and he went, oh my gosh, this is a dance hall. I've been looking for this all along. So he bought it for not much.
A bathroom break and a gut feeling that changed the course of Texas country music.
The young and the older alike, they can play here, they can start here, they get into here. As quite a few people have, started at the front room, moved to the middle, ended up on the big stage, and then get too big to come back. That's what we strive at, is discovering young talent, and hopefully they'll get to the big stage and then get to the bigger stage of the stadium.
Let's just say they succeeded in helping jumpstart some of your favorite artists' careers.
Well, obviously George Strait. He played here before he ever got on any kind of stage at all. Lyle Levitt, Pat Green. There's a lot of Texas musicians. Hal Ketchum used to build our picnic tables outside. Then he decided he wanted to play music. He watched it and he said, I think I want to get involved with that. Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks' name before he was Garth Brooks. There were just so many that were rising out, but not quite there, that wanted to haunt the halls.
And imagine growing up in a dance hall and meeting these rising stars, like Pat Molak's daughter, Katie Courtney, got to.
There's a funny picture of me on that wall, and when someone would play in the middle stage, like they would give me the tip jar, and I'd get to walk around and kind of ask people for tips.
She went from asking people for tips to even meeting one of the biggest movie stars at the time.
One thing that was really unique is that back in the 90s, John Travolta filmed the movie Michael here, and so they came to town and they kind of took over, and they filmed all these scenes in the back of the dance hall. So I kind of made one of them is that I got to meet John Travolta.
To remember Travolta's time in town and all the recognizable faces that made appearances here, walls and walls of pictures are put up all throughout the dance hall. From George Strait, to Miranda Lambert, to Midland, to Merle Haggard.
There have always been photos of artists that have played here. So you can look around and find pictures of Garth Brooks who played a few years ago, and it's always been this wide variety of people.
And in June, a year after Pat's death, his widow Susie wanted to honor him with his very own wall.
The event is to celebrate pictures that no one has ever seen.
Today we unveiled a new wall that we kind of designed and dedicated to my dad.
Most of those pictures are on my wall in San Antonio.
And we just felt that on the 50th anniversary of him owning Gruene Hall, and he also passed away a little over a year ago, so tomorrow would be his 77th birthday. But we just felt with those two events that he really deserves to have his own focus.
Because Molak's legacy is definitely still felt, despite being gone now. Why? Because he put Gruene Hall on the map.
To be recognized as a well-known name, as a household name everywhere you go is really, really, it just warms my heart.
There are multiple reasons why Gruene Hall is still standing and rocking every night. And one of those reasons is that it's able to rock every night, most of the time for the low price of free.
One thing that's really unique about Gruene Hall is that we still have live music every night at the booth. So you can come here on a Monday or Tuesday and there's going to be a band play. And we usually have free music every night. And like seasonally a little bit different, but with the summer months being in New Braunfels, you see a huge influx of people coming from all over the place. I mean, you see people from Germany, and then you see people from either New Braunfels or San Antonio or Austin too. So it's really a diverse place, but to me, it offers this unique Texas hospitality that you don't really see everywhere.
Another factor is the sheer intimacy visitors can have with their favorite country artists.
You know, you can go to concert venues, but one thing that's so special about this place is it only holds 800 people, and so you can see, you know, John Wilkes here, and you're right there, you're close to the stage with him, and it offers something that you can't really find everywhere else. And I think that really draws people from not only all over Texas, but all over the world.
With the venue being so small, some of the biggest stars of country music move on to bigger venues.
Once you make we can only hold 800 people. So once you make a certain amount of money and you're selling the price for tickets that you can deserve, they move on.
But just because they moved on doesn't mean they forgot their green roots on this special day. Especially,
what can I say about my friend Pat?
One of his greatest success stories.
He worked super hard, he loved his family, and just generally made the world a better place. It's hard to say just how much Pat affected my career and the careers of so many others that were able to play there. It was a lot, though.
Most of my best memories have been at Gruene Hall, and in some part, or in most part, because of Pat and the people that he surrounded himself with.
I remember so well when I first met Pat. He and Bill Gallagher walked in my house in Austin, Texas, and asked me to do a benefit to save the Green Water Tower. I've been playing there ever since.
My stay there has been 23 years. I always tell my boys and my band and my wife that if you can't sell out Gruene Hall in New Braunfels, then you need to rethink what you're doing.
It was a Sunday afternoon. He gave us a chance to audition there, and I think it was for 25 cents or maybe 50 cents at the door. But it wasn't about the money, obviously, but it was about trying to get him to let us play a night there, and eventually maybe a Friday or Saturday night, which we ended up doing. And fortunately, he liked us, and the rest is history.
History perfectly chronicled on the walls of the building. And even now, 50 years after Molak needed a bathroom break, this place still looks and feels exactly the same as it was in the 1970s, preserving that country music nostalgia. Because it wouldn't be history without keeping some of what made you historic in the first place.
His legacy lives on right here in Gruene Hall, and that will never change.
And this hall has definitely earned its place in the history books. And you better hope that you get an audiobook copy, because at Gruene Hall, the music tells the story.
It's one of my very favorite places in all the world to play.
In Green, I'm Marcus Risen, Ken's 5.